Guys, if you've watched this trailer, then you've already answered your own question, okay? You don't need to come here and listen to what I have to say about this movie to find out whether you need to go watch this movie, okay? I'm telling you straight up, you need to go watch this movie.
There's something special about you, man. I can see it. I can feel it, man. You're on a mission. Just like me.
Fuck, you're ugly. I thought I was ugly, but I mean you, and you're gonna give me nightmares.
Hey guys, welcome to Happywax TV. Okay, so tonight we're talking Fried Berry. Listen, this movie is fantastic. It breaks away from the normal narrative of how a movie is told. When I was watching this, it almost felt to me like it was like an anthology film, because none of the scenes really kind of go with any of the scenes before it, okay? And I'll get into that, but it works. It works in this movie because it's supposed to be just kind of like a confused mess, which is what this alien's going through after he possesses Barry. But let me give you the synopsis. Basically, it's about Barry, played by Gary Green, who is fucking fantastic in this movie. I'll tell you, if this movie, heaven forbid, and I hope this doesn't happen, but we all know what Hollywood's like. If this movie gets picked up and given a bigger budget by you know, the Hollywood assholes, I could honestly see them throwing Nicolas Cage in this role, which I hope they don't. I don't want anyone to touch this movie. It is fine just how it is. But this is like a Nicolas Cage style character, but Gary Green, holy shit. I don't know where he came from. I don't know what his filmography is, but holy fuck. They could have not picked a better person to be this Barry character, man. His facial expressions in this movie and just his body type just set this movie way up. You don't have to add any makeup to him. He's got that look. It's fucking crazy. So, but anyways, we follow Barry. He's like a neglectful father, you know, doesn't care about his kid, doesn't care about his wife. And that's really all we know about him. He's a heroin addict. And it basically just picks up, a lot goes on in the first 10, 15 minutes of this movie. We find that background on him, and that's it. And then he gets in an argument with his wife, and then he leaves. He's walking on the street, and then boom, he's abducted by aliens. And then we see this awesome, crazy is the only way to explain it, this awesome, crazy abduction that goes on in the spaceship. And then he's dropped back down on planet Earth with this alien inside him. And it's basically, you know, the two movies came to mind with this movie: Under the Skin, the Scarlett Johansson movie, and then Bad Boy Bubby. But it's got the same kind of style as those two movies, but it's basically just Barry is now this alien, okay? And he's just walking around Cape Town. And unfortunately, they picked the wrong guy to abduct, because it just leads to this guy's lifestyle, which is every scene is you know, one is the bar scene, where there's heroin and shit going on in the bathroom stalls. And then there's like prostitute scenes with like sex. And he gets this one prostitute pregnant, and she literally gives birth within 10 minutes of them having sex. And then there's a scene with this guy who abducts children and keeps them in these cages, and he gets attacked by this guy with a chainsaw, and he has to deal with this, and then he gets picked up and he goes to an insane asylum, and they escape from that. It's all over the place, and it's fucking wonderful. It's wonderful. It's like an anthology film with all these crazy scenes that don't kind of coincide with each other, but every scene is stylistically shot different, okay, and it works. It's fucking awesome. And all the while, you know, we see Barry, or this alien, having to go through copious amounts of drug use, sex, violence. Like it's nuts. It really is. It's fucking, and it's all in your face. Like, this movie doesn't hold back when it comes to bathroom stall scenes or sex scenes or the alien abduction scene. Like, it's not one of these fucking shitty Hollywood made movies where we don't see anything. Like, it's all right there in your face. It's greasy, it's grimy, it's gritty, and it's fucking wonderful. And I loved it. I loved this movie. I don't want to say too much more about it because I don't want to give spoilers, but I mean, there's no real way you can talk about this movie. Like, I don't know, it just doesn't follow the usual narrative of a movie. It's just, like I said, it's almost like an anthology flick. Like, every scene is a different story that he has to go through. I don't know what else you can say about it, but the performance by Gary Green, that alone is what anybody should be talking about. He was fucking fantastic in this movie. Ryan Coogler wrote and directed it. It's a South African movie. It's based on Ryan Coogler's, I think it was around a 3-minute short film that they shot using Gary Green as the main character back in 2017. And I believe what they did for this movie is they added the alien abduction portion into it, but his short film was just Barry, played by Gary Green, just as a heroin addict and you know, the stuff that he goes through in that 3-minute segment. But man, oh man, I'm glad they made this movie. It is unlike almost any movie I've seen before. Again, I've said this, it's kind of like Under the Skin. That's a great movie too. If you haven't seen that, check it out. But I really did enjoy this movie. To give it a rating, if I haven't already, I'm going to give this one a really strong 7.5. Guys, listen, I've said this before. If there's any reason why you should be getting the Shudder platform as part of your streaming services, do it. I'm not sponsored by them, but I'm just telling you, for $5 a month, you can't go wrong. And they seem lately to be pumping tons and tons of good content on their streaming service. So anyways, Fried Barry, it's on Shudder now. Go check it out. You do not want to miss this one. If you've seen it, let me know what you think about it, guys. And if you haven't, please go watch it. Seriously, you don't need me to tell you to go watch this movie. Go fucking watch this movie. Come back here. Let me know what you thought, guys. And until next time, stay scared.